Hi, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. How's everybody doing? Hi, Christine. I saw your messages as soon as I came in. I was like, oh, that girl, she's so crazy. Oh, how are you, my friend? Oh, thank you for that, Christine. That's a nice thing to say. Thank you so much. Yeah, it makes us feel good when we know that, you guys are getting getting some fun out of what we're doing and learning new stuff or, maybe reimagining old stuff. There's that too. So, as you can see, I'm not at home. I am in my traveling studio and I love it. Absolutely love it. You guys know this is my new trailer. Yay! Oh, yeah, I am doing okay. I am doing okay. Anne is not feeling good. I just talked to her. Hi, Isabel. I just talked to her right before I went live. And yeah, she's just not feeling good. So she's not doing my live today. And she's not going to be doing hers either. So, we're going to send her lots of, well wishes and prayers that she feels better soon because, we don't like being sick at all. So, we don't want that. But yes, yes, it is beautiful up here, Christine, especially for me because, I live in the desert. So there's a lot of dirt in the desert. And up here, it's just beautiful mountains and trees and lakes and just all kinds of amazing stuff that just makes my heart happy. It's not quite the beach, but it is right up there with the beach as far as my favorite destination. Yes, I will let her know, Isabel. Thank you. And thank you, Christine. I'll tell Anne when I talk to her again. Um, I'm going to check on her a little later and see how she's doing. But we are working on a really simple and fun project. It's quick, it's easy, and it is a great way to use either paper packets, the paper packets that you get that you buy that have like the different papers in them, and then some of them come with stickers and borders and those kind of things. So this project is perfect for that. Or if you want to use up some of your leftover, I know you guys have lots of pattern papers, scraps hanging around that you save because I do the same, so does Anne. So I know that you guys do. And it's perfect for that too. So either way, it's just, it's a quick and fun project. There's no stamping involved. Basically, it's cutting papers and putting everything together. I'm going to show it all to you here in just a sec. I do have a pattern for the pocket that goes inside. So what I will do is once I get done and everything today, I will post it here in the group. I'll post a link for the pocket pattern, and then I'll also put it in for my what am I trying to say? My blog post for Sunday. So I'll do that also. Okay, so let me show you real quick. See, I'm already in the beach mode. And my husband says to me this morning, we're going to be going to the beach in like a little over 2 months. It's like, oh my gosh, that's coming so fast. Hi, Becca. But yeah, look how cute this is. Just something very simple. And then this opens up. And then you have all of these cute little pockets in here that you can put all kinds of fun, stashy things. Whoops. It's coming out. There we go. You can put all kinds of fun stuff in. It's just a really, really fun project and quick and easy. So that's what we're doing today. And I'm going to switch my cameras over and we are going to get busy so you can see how I did this. Like I said, a lot of paper cutting, but that's about it. So, easy, easy peasy. All right. So let me switch. I know the beach. Oh, I need to go to the beach. It's coming. It's coming. All right, there we go. Boy, that's a difference in, let me see if I can make this light a little brighter. Nope, I guess not. It's as bright as it's going to go. Oh, well. Okay, you guys can still see. But this is what we're doing. And then again, you're going to flip this open. And then you have all of these adorable pockets on the inside that you can decorate and fill and put fun stuff in, tags and all of that. I did not do, any of that kind of stuff because I thought you guys know what to do from there. So I'm just going to tuck this back in and we're going to get started. All right. I'll set this over here for now. Up out of my way. Here we go. Okay. So for this one, oh, my papers are coming out. All right. So for this project, let me tuck these papers back in. All right. So this is the paper pack that I use. This is from Echo Park. They have got some great, fabulous papers. I absolutely love their paper packs. So this is the one that I used for this project. And as I said, it's got all of these really cool papers in it. And then it also has a thing for stickers. It's got a sticker page. And it also has the larger panels that you can cut out and use if you want to do it that way too. Let me show you what I'm talking about. It has a bunch of these. Obviously, I cut this one up, but it has a full page that has little cute borders and sayings and all of that kind of stuff on it too. So this is the perfect project for a paper pack that I found. Or like I said, if you got tons of scrap paper, I have tons of scrap paper. So it's fun to use for that too. So let us get busy here. And speaking of paper, we're going to pull all of this out because there is so much of it. Oh, there we go. All right. So these are our little pattern pieces here. So as I said, I'm going to put a link for the pattern in. I'll put it in the comment sections here and then also on my blog posts for Sunday. This is the only piece that you need a pattern for because the rest of it is you just cut the paper. Okay, so we are going to start, and this is going to be your base. Okay, so your base is going to be 4 1/4 by 12. All right, so you're going to cut one of those, and then you're going to cut an extra piece. I have papers everywhere. So I'm just going to pull them all out right now. I have all these little cutout thingies that I did. There we go. We're just going to empty it all out. There. All right. So you're going to do this piece. So this, as I said, is 4 1/4 by 12. And then the other piece you're going to need for the actual box itself, and this one is this is 4 1/4 by 5. Yes, 4 1/4 by 5. And what you're going to do is you're going to start with this, your bottom piece here, and you're going to score it. So there's a score line here at 1 1/2, and then you're going to score it again here, which is, what did I put my score lines? There we go. So what I did with mine to make it easier is I scored it here first. This was 1 1/4 or 1 1/2 inches. So you score it there. And then I flipped the paper over this way and then scored it again at 4 inches. There we go. And then scored again at 1 1/2, 4, and 5 1/2. All right, perfect. And then we're just going to fold on those creases, and you can already see where this is headed, right? Because yeah, it goes together really quick. So you're going to fold that all up, and then this piece you're also going to score at 1 1/2. Okay, so this is going to be our top piece here. And what we're going to do with this is we're going to take this top piece and we're going to add it right here on the top. And then that's what's going to give you your box. Okay, so let's do that first. I hope I clean this out. Yep, it looks pretty good. All right, so we're just going to take this piece and we're going to add this right to the top here. And this is how you put your box together. See how difficult that is? Quick and easy. All right. So you have that on. And then there you can see you've got your box. All right. So we're going to set that off to the side for right now. And now you're going to take your pocket pieces and you're going to trace the pattern onto some cardstock and you're going to create 5 of them. Okay. So once you have them all, you trace them, you cut them out, and then you're going to score them along the lines. Okay. This one I've already done, so I'm going to put that up there. But here we're just going to go through and just fold over on these score lines. And when I tell you that this is easy, I really, really mean that it's easy. So that's how you put your pocket together. It's that quick. All right. So you're going to fold that up, that, and that. And then I will tell you on the pattern where you're going to score your measurement for your score lines. Okay, so let's do this one because I only folded part of it. And then you can either use glue to put these together, or you can use tape. However you want to do it, whatever is easiest for you. I do love my glue. But I might, for these pieces, I'm just going to use my tape runner, which is somewhere in this craziness. Oh, there it is. All right. So you're going to do this with all 5 of your pockets. Okay. Just fold those up. There we go. And then this is the last one. So fold that over in this bottom. There we go. Okay. So now we're going to just close them all up. So we're going to add some tape here and some tape along here and fold it. And then you're going to do that with all 5 of your pockets. There we go. It's very, very quick to put together. And this would be a lot of fun if you wanted to teach a class on this. If you wanted to uh, do a class, or with your grandkids or your kids, whichever. It's just a quick and easy project. All right, and then here's the last one. We're going to take that. And there we go. Okay. So now, before we do anything else with our pockets, before we put them in, we want to decorate them. And you want them to look pretty, right? So what we're going to do next is you're going to take some of the pattern paper, and these are all the same size. They are 6 inches by 3. Okay. And originally I had planned on taping these all together and putting them in like that. And then I changed my mind. So if you want to tape them all together when we get to that point, and I'll show you what I mean, you can do that. And if you do it that way, then you don't have to worry about this being long enough. If you don't do it, and I'll show you exactly what I mean, because I cut these, as I said, 6 by 3, right? So I just did it long enough to just wrap around the front. So I did not finish the back because, as I said, I was planning on gluing it all together. You see? And then I decided, oh no, I don't want to glue it all together. I want to leave them separate. So that's what it's going to look like when it's separate if you do it that way. So that's the reason why I gave you that little tip there. But for I don't worry about it either way because it's cute anyway you look at it. So this, we're just going to take these and just fold over your ends there on each side. And then you've got all your pockets decorated. So again, ooh, that was crooked. Holy smokes. Let's try that again. Yeah, that's way crooked. It's too early in the morning for me, girls. All right. There we go. That's a little better. All right. So we just have, you're going to make 5 of these. And I think, the easiest way we're going to do that to kind of hold it in place. There we go. So that'll make it easier to fold these ends over and then tape them as you go. So we've got that one and that one. And you have all these beautiful papers that are in the paper packs. I know, Christine, I saw that you really like Echo Park. They really do have some beautiful papers. I have been buying from them for quite a few years now, and I really, really love their stuff. And it's getting harder and harder to find paper art stuff in the craft stores. I know we've talked about this before many times, guys, that we've talked about this, but yeah, it just, if I want something that's like really pretty, then I have to order it online. I mean, paper wise anyways, because I can't, there's hardly any. Well, actually they probably have more paper than they do anything else in like the Michael's store. But yeah, it's getting harder and harder to find paper stuff. All right, so we have that one. And then this is our last one. We're going to lay that one down. So just remember, if you're going to keep your pockets free and not tape them together, then you're going to want to run your paper here. You're going to want to make that longer so it will cover everything. Okay, so there. Now you've got all your pockets made. Quick and easy. Yes, yes, yes. All right, so I've got all of these made and they're ready. And I was going to show you too in the paper pack. I did not get a chance to do this, but I saw it after last night when I was preparing for today's live. I was looking at this stuff last night and I went, oh my gosh, look how cute this one thing is. Okay, so they have in here, this is the sticker sheet that they have in the actual paper pack. And down here, it has these really cute banners. So I thought, oh my goodness, wouldn't that be cute to cut your, because you want to put something inside your pockets, right? So, cut some pattern or cut some cardstock, a little bit smaller so you can slide it in. And then you could use something like this as tabs to pull it off. So that's what I said. If you have paper packs, take a look at the stuff that they have inside to see if you can use them. A lot of times, one of the main reasons why I did this is because a lot of the times I do not use this stuff. I just use my paper. And I thought, that's crazy because I've got all this other fun stuff on here that you can do. Down here, you've got another border you can add. There's all kinds of fun stuff that you can do with this. But because, I've never really used them that often, I just used the paper. So I thought that would be fun. So this particular paper pack has those cute little banners down here that would be perfect to add to your inside pockets. All right, so now we have our pockets done. So I'm going to put these up and out of my way. And we're going to do the inside now. All right, so once again, your top pieces up here. So we're going to start with our inside pieces. Okay, so for this, now these are just a little 4 1/4. Okay. So they're, they're not very, very, there's not a huge border around them is what I'm trying to say. All right, so we're just going to add that here. Now this size is, what did I say this was? Well, it's 4 1/4 this way. I'll have the measurements for you guys. I'll put them all in there in the blog post and stuff, so you'll know all the measurements, because my ruler is on the other side of my table, so I'm not even going to mess with getting it. Okay, so we've got that one for the inside, and then I cut some of these little pieces here, and these are going to go in these little shorter pieces. So of course this is going to be, I was using tape. Not that it matters either way. So this is going to be like 4 inches by 1 1/4. So I took it down about 1/4 inch on all my borders. Okay, so we've got that one, and then we have the bigger pieces here. Let me grab, well, it's not coming apart. There we go. All right, this is our back piece. So the back piece I know is 4 1/4 by 5. So you're going to make this piece 4 by 4 3/4. Okay, that I do remember. All right, so we're going to add this. And of course, when you do yours, you're going to want to, make sure that you add enough tape or glue or whatever it is that you're using. I'm just kind of slapping it on here. But you do want to make sure that you get your papers down so nothing pops up on you. All right, so we have another one that's going to go right here. There we go. And then our last one for the inside is down here. This is really, really long. And then we're just going to add this piece right here. Okay. So now we have the inside decorated. So now we're going to work on the outside. So make sure when you're doing this and you're laying your papers, make sure that you're laying your papers in the right direction, especially if your papers have words on them. If they don't have words on them, then you don't got to worry about it. But if it has words on it, yeah, you definitely want to make sure that you get them in the right direction. All right, so we're going to add the other one on this side. Here and here. There we go. This one's going to go on this. This is your very, very front piece. So we're going to lay that one right there. Okay. And then we have another one of our smaller pieces here. So we're going to add that. There we go. Okay, and then flip it over on the back. And again, this one you don't have to worry about because it doesn't have lettering, on it. The pattern goes all the same way, so you don't have to worry about that. But just keep that in mind when you're putting your portfolio together. Just keep that in mind that you want to make sure that you have everything facing the right direction. So for me, I always have to double check. So this is our back piece, the very back. I'm going to put that one there. And then we have this cute little ice cream. Rich, you want to get Ruby? Okay, so we're going to lay that one down. And then again, this is going to be our front piece here. So we want to make sure that we have that one lined up right, because it does have the wording on it. So it is going to make a difference. All right. So this is the last one. Put that on right there. And then now you have all of your inside and your outside papers done. Quick and easy. There we go. And then from here, you're just going to put it all together. So you're going to take all of your little patterns here, your little pockets, I mean. All right. And as I said, I had originally planned on adhering these to each other. This first one here, your pocket, you're going to want to add two back so you've got something to hold on to. So this one I am going to tape down. And we're going to add that one. Let me make sure. Yep. Okay. So we're going to add that right about there. Okay. So you've got that pocket, and that's going to be your stable piece. That's the one that's going to hold it all down. And then you have your extra pockets. Oh, one of the things that I forgot to do before we put this on. So I'm going to take this off real quick because we want to, oh, come on, baby. We want to lay some paper, some ribbon down here. Now, as I was going to say, so what I did with mine is I took some ribbon here. And this is about like 28 pieces of, or 28 inches of ribbon. I don't know if you necessarily need that much, but, and let me make sure that it's going to be in the right spot. Yep, that'll be perfect. And then just tape this thing down. That's why you wanted to do this before you add your back. Okay, so we're going to tape that down. And now we're going to add this back piece. Okay, now where I was going with this. So the rest of your pockets, what you can do is you can run tape on the backs of them and then tape them all together if you want. Or you can just leave the one there, this one, and then just use your ribbon to hold these in place. So that's how I did it. So you can do it whichever way you want. But I liked the ideas of most of my pockets being free. So that way I could move them around and, you know, add whatever I wanted to add, because you are going to want to make sure that you decorate everything before you put it all together. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we are just going to tie a bow around, and then this is what's going to hold all of your pockets in place for your inside. Okay, so there we go. We're going to trim that up a little bit because we don't need all that extra ribbon. Okay, so now you've got your pockets and they're all secure. And then you can, you know, undo the ribbon, pull them out, add your stuff, however you want to do it. And then to finish it, what I did to finish it is I took a die set that I had. I got it from Michael's, and it's all the alphabet. So an alphabet die set is what I used. And then I did the Sunny Vibes for that piece. So I didn't cut them out this particular one. So, but I did want to show you that that's how I did it, because trying to get those all on, that took me a little bit of time. So, you know, I may finish it later. I don't know, but yeah, I didn't want to do it for this. So this piece right here happens to be part of the paper pack that it was a border, and I just cut it down to the size that I wanted. I'm going to move that out of the way, and then we're going to add this piece. And that's just a little extra little decoration there. Just add it right there on top. And then, as I said, you've got room up here to put your sentiment on. And then I got into the sticker pack. And this is where I did use the stickers. So I added a watermelon piece that's right here. And then also a little drink right here. So I have another one of these. So we'll add this one. I'll put this one right about there. I think that looks cute. Okay, so we'll add that one right there. And let's see, I don't think I have another watermelon. So, oh, here's one. I missed that. All right, sticker sheet. There we go. And just add this right about there. And then for the bottom, because you want to make sure that, unless you want to wrap a ribbon around this way also, which you can do. You can glue a ribbon on the back before you put your pattern paper down. Make sure you do it first and then wrap it around, and that's how you can close it. Or you can do it how I did. And what I did was I used, this is just, it's not a sticker. It's just one of those, I don't know what to call them. It was in a paper pack, not this particular paper pack, but I had a bunch of these. So I went, oh, that's kind of cute. Let's add that. So what I did for this, and because I forgot my foam tape at home, but always the crafter, right? Because I forgot my foam tape. So I thought, okay, I've got to figure out how to get this stuck on here, and I want it to be elevated so it will hold my top cover. So I had these pads that go onto something. I don't know what they go on, and I don't really care because obviously I didn't use it for what they were supposed to be used for. I think they were for some shelves, like some the bottom of shelves, or something, so the shelf doesn't mess up your cabinet or whatever. I think that's what these are from, but I'm not sure. Basically, I'm using them as foam tape. And I did a double layer on each because you really want to make sure that it's going to stick out far enough to hold your top piece in. Okay, now these are not sticky on this side, so you do have to add some adhesive here. Add that. And then you're going to take this piece and put it right about there. Okay, and see, it gives you enough room. You've got enough depth here now that this will now hold your top pocket in. So super cute. I told you this is such an easy project to do. But boy, oh boy, is it. It just is so much fun. But this would be really fun to get together and do a bunch of them. If you're going to do a ladies' luncheon or something like that. I just think that would be so much fun because, as I said, either use your paper packs or use your other paper. So here's the other one again. As you can see, I changed up the outside paper, the cardstock, just a little bit, just switch the colors. Everything else is pretty much the same. But yeah, super easy. Don't you love it? Oh my gosh, I do. I really hope that you guys try this. It's so much fun. All right, so hang on just a second and I will switch my cameras over. And there we go. And there I am. Okay. So yeah, wasn't that fun? Quick and easy project. Like I said, the most you're going to do is you're going to be cutting paper. But you can totally add so much more to this if you want. I wanted to give you the basics and then let you run with it. But you can put all kinds of stuff in here. I thought this was great for a summer trip. You're going to take a trip somewhere. You might want to put your little mementos or whatever in there. Was my thought process when I put it together. So it's just, it was just a fun project and I hope you guys like it. Yeah. So, okay. As I said, oh, hi, Helen. I saw that you popped in, and Laura Lee. Hi, girls. Okay, so let me just look real quick to see if anybody has questions. All right. I don't see any. Oh, wait, Becca. If you glue them together, then you don't need to decorate any of them except the front one. Yes, you can do it that way too. Yes. If you just want to do the front of your pockets, you can do it that way too, or wrap it all the way around, which again, you're going to be using more paper because you're not going to see that if you tape it all together. But I just figured I wanted my sides covered too. So when you can see it from the sides, from the side here, I wanted these covered also. But it doesn't matter. That was just me and what I wanted. And now my dog is going to run around in the background. We're just going to pretend like she didn't just do that. All right. So I am what is going on with my hair today? So I will look over the rest of the comments to make sure I didn't miss anything, but I hope that you guys try this project. It really is a lot of fun. And as I said, I'll get that pocket pattern for you so you've got it. Save it because you can use that pocket pattern for anything that you want to create. So yeah, you'll have lots of fun with that. And then I think, you love my dogs? Oh, thanks, Becca. Yeah, they, well, they're in the bedroom right now with Rich. One of them, Mimi, the puppy, escaped. And as you saw, she's like a little crazy one, that one. But okay, so that is it from me. I spoke to Anne before, and I did let you guys know that she's not doing her live today because she is sick. That's why she's not here with me today. So we'll both be back next weekend or next week, I should say. And we'll announce both winners last week and this week next week. Okay. Because I think she said that she picked a winner, but she hadn't let me know yet because she did it since I was gone. So either way, we're just going to announce both winners next week. Okay. So make sure that you like, comment, and share my video here, #BellaCrafts. And we'll just, get you in on the drawing. Oh, well, thank you, Isabel. You know what? I love what I do. So I want to be able to do it wherever I am. And it just happens to work out that, I have a nice RV that I can, when I do go, I can bring my stuff. I do have part of a cabinet that has a lot of craft stuff in it. Not all, but it does have, like a die cutting machine and those kind of things in it. And I have a camera rig that's going to be left in the RV. So that way I just have to bring whatever I'm working on for that particular live. But sometimes figuring that out at home and then getting here and going, oh, I should have grabbed this, or it happens. Hence, no foam tape. There you go. So that was like a big slip on my part, but I made do like all crafters do, right? All right, you guys. So that is it for me today. We will be back next week. I'm trying to decide if I want to do like a wreath, which I'm thinking about maybe doing a wreath, or my other idea was a wood box, just a little tiny wood box, like a little tray box that you can put crafts, put on your desk for craft items that you use a lot, or not even craft items if you want to put a stapler or whatever in there. I'm trying to decide. So if you guys think about it, put it in the comment section if you have a minute, and just let me know if you think that it would be more fun to do a wreath or it would be more fun to do the box. The box more than likely would be decoupage, is what I'm thinking in my head. So you let me know what you guys want to see, and I will take care of that next week. Yeah. All right. So take care. You guys have a wonderful week. Make sure, yes, happy 4th of July to everybody. Please be careful, be safe. Know that Anna and I are thinking about you guys, and we just want you to be safe. And don't forget to take some time to craft because it really is good for your soul. It really is. So until next week, I'll see you guys then. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.